Mumbai civic situation seems to be in tatters. Now a five-story building has collapsed and is coming in. This news is coming in from Maulana Shaukat Ali Road at the JJ Junction, in which one person has reportedly lost his life and 4 others are injured. Many people are still feared trapped in the debris. Fire brigade, about 10 fire brigade vehicles have reached the spot and the rescue operation is on as we speak. Locals are coming in huge numbers to support the rescue operations. This is the second such incident of a building collapse in Mumbai in the last 48 hours. A building collapse was also reported from Mumbai's Vikhroli, which claimed at least 2 lives.
After heavy rain in Mumbai, now the building has collapsed. A 3-story building has been collapsed in the morning at 9 o'clock, and you can see the rescue operation going on. Fire brigade team has been arrived in a large number, 10 to 12 fire brigade vehicles with ambulance have been arrived. Till now, one person has been taken out on the stretcher in a badly condition, injured. She has been taken to the local hospital, JJ Hospital, which is nearby. This location is Muhammad Ali Road near JJ Flyover. The building name is Kachwala building that has been being told by the local person here. This is the local person here. ये building कितनी पुरानी है सर?
50 साल पुरानी है।
कुछ नोटिस आया था खाली करने के लिए कुछ
उसका आइडिया नहीं है।
इसमें कितनी फैमिली अंदर रह सकती है नॉर्मली?
तो 5-6 माले की बिल्डिंग थी, 5 माले की।
ये कितने माले की बिल्डिंग थी?
5 माले की बिल्डिंग।
और नीचे से दुकानें थी या फिर घर था?
कैटरिंग थी, कैटरिंग। वो खाना बनाते थे।
खाना बनाते थे। कहीं कुछ आपको लगता है कि गड़बड़ी कुछ होगी या फिर बारिश के कारण कभी कभी बिल्डिंग कमजोर पड़ जाती है?
नहीं वैसा वो तो पहले से कमजोरी थी वो बिल्डिंग खाली, और 4-5 जन निकले हैं इसमें।
4-5 जन निकले हैं। So till now 4 to 5 people have been taken out, but you can see the condition of this building. It's a quite old, dilapidated building since being, and the person is saying it's last 50 years this building was being constructed. So definitely there could be a lot of questions after that. Rescue operation going on. Local people are here, arrived in large number to remove the trapped people inside. In fact, we have been told to even vacate this particular place where we are standing right now because it is also a dangerous building. So now you can see the first visual where the building has been collapsed, and now the rescue operation is going on and many people might be trapped inside. With camera person Sai Prasad Patil, in Mumbai for India Today.
8 बजे ये बिल्डिंग कोलैप्स हुआ है। अभी तक 5 लोगों को जेजे हॉस्पिटल में भेजा है। ये डेथ कंफर्म है। जेजे के डीन से मेरी बात हुई है और 4 लोग गंभीर रूप से सीरियस है। 5 माले की बिल्डिंग थी, वो पूरी कोलैप्स हो चुकी। बाजू में एक शेड था जिसमें बहुत सारे शेड थे, उसके अंदर भी काफी लोग रहते थे। सुबह का वक्त है, इससे कैजुअलिटी ज्यादा होने के चांसेस हैं।
All right, Mustafa, my colleague, is now joining me for more on this story. Mustafa, just bring us a sense of what is happening on the ground.
Yes, Ankit, I would request my cameraman to pan towards the work which is going on, the rescue operation at this point of time. What information we are getting from JJ Hospital's Dean, Dr. Lahane, is that 2 people are dead in this incident at this point of time, and 7 more people are injured. Totally 9 people were brought in at JJ Hospital for treatment after this rescue operation started. 2 people have been declared dead and 7 people injured. At this point of time, we don't know whether these people were male, female or children, but the continuous operation is going on, and the fire brigade, as you can see, fire brigade, the excavators are going on at this point of time because the collapse is what we call a sandwich collapse. So basically JCBs are removing the debris from above, and after that the authorities will have to excavate inside the debris to look for people. At this point of time, what we heard was that there are 3 families who were staying. And as I was telling you, Ankit, this building was under a redevelopment project called SBUT, and it was not declared dilapidated. What information we have from the Mahada, which is the housing authority in Maharashtra, the building was not declared dilapidated. It was perfectly fine structure. But what is being said is that due to these heavy rains, maybe the structure was weakened, and that's why the families who were staying there didn't get enough time, didn't get enough opportunity to evacuate these buildings, and there was no timely alertness whether the structure was shaking or not. But what we know as of now is that at this morning 8:30 a.m. this structure collapsed, a portion of the whole structure collapsed, and the collapse is a sandwich collapse in which most of the times the casualties are the most, and not everyone is capable, not everyone is capable to rescue people from these kind of collapse. It will need someone like the NDRF who have the required skill set. They have been already dispatched for this spot they'll be reaching in some time, and only after that the complete operation will be starting. At this point of time, what details we can give you is that it's a very crowded by lane of South Mumbai in JJ Junction, and a lot of people stay around here. There is a recently structured building just next to this structure which has collapsed. So at this point of time, the exact casualties is 9 people. 2 people have been declared dead among them, and 7 people are injured. All the casualties are being taken to JJ Hospital, which is nearby. And this area, Ankit, just for record, has seen such kind of collapse earlier also on the same road. A large number of casualties, because given the structures, if my cameraman can also pan towards our left side, I would just like to give you the idea of how this area is. There are a lot of old buildings, old structure. At this point of time, you would see a lot of structures are vacated because they are declared dilapidated before each monsoon. So at this point of time, this is how the structures look like in these areas. There are small structures. There are 3-story structures, 5-story structures, and most of these buildings, around 250 of them, if you go just behind this area, are under a project called Saifi Bhunaduddin Upliftment Trust, in which these structures were to be redeveloped into a small town, into a smart city. But before that, this unfortunate incident has taken place, and because given there was no warning from any structural auditor, the Mahada at this point of time has said the building was safe. But at the same point of time, given the rain, maybe this is what the reason which caused it. Now the fire brigade will later, respond and make a report as to what
Mustafa, isn't this the whole purpose of Mahada and that agency? To ensure that there are buildings that are, their structures are checked, and especially during monsoons when they are vulnerable, to ensure that the residents are given fair warning that they are living in a dangerous building. If Mahada says this building was safe, then what is the reason why it has collapsed? If it is heavy rain, then that is exactly what they were supposed to do, isn't it?
Yes, exactly, that's the case, Ankit, but we'll have to get these facts in place. If the structure on record was not dilapidated, what happened recently to it? And we'll have to check whether the residents or the local leaders of this area, whether they made on record complaint about this structure, about the repairs of this structure. At this point of time, the families who stay in this building are going through a tough time. The people, the neighbors are trying to help them as far as possible. So we don't exactly know the details of this structure, whether there was any recent complaint in the monsoon was made regarding this structure. So it will only clear by later in
but
the
Mustafa,
evening.
prima facie, it clearly points out to lack of accountability. Not only on the local level, but also at the part of the BMC and other civic authorities, that nobody, you can getting your building registered, dilapidated building or a dangerous building to live in. It just points out again to the systemic failure of the organizations, of the civic authorities there, to even go ahead and perform their basic duty. It seems that most buildings in Mumbai, people living in those buildings are living in dangerous buildings.
Yes, Ankit, that's the case. We have summed it up very well, because though the prices of these buildings, the prices of houses in Mumbai are rising, there is no structured reform which has taken place. A lot of these structures are not even looked after by the respected agencies, and accountability will be fixed at whether it was the Mahada, whether it was any other authority who had taken it for redevelopment, who was responsible for this building collapse, as I told you, whether any complaint was made to any given authorities. But at this point of time, the specific detail, as I was telling you, only will come by the local leaders or the people who are staying in this building, and they can only tell us what authorities they had approached, what measures they had applied, and whether some authority showed conscious negligence on their part, and because of which this unfortunate incident has taken place.
Now, Mustafa, just now, because you're at the spot, just show us around, give our viewers a sense of this area and the rescue operation that is going on. We have been told 10 fire tenders are there. How many people have been taken out? How many people are still stuck?
Yes, I would like to request my camera person to pan again, and I would tell you that basically, as we were saying, this is an old structure, and this area is called the Old Mumbai. At this point of time, continuous efforts are being made to rescue people. The numbers of people who are being taken to hospital is changing every minute. We initially were told that around there are 3 families, there are 15 people, including women and children at this point of time. But the structure, as the evacuation, as the rescue operation is going on here, the numbers are changing. But we can tell you that fire brigade, ambulance, and every required agency required for the rescue operations is present at this point of time. But the collapse is such in a way that maximum casualties may be caused at this point of time, and they are being avoided. The agencies are excavating through the through the excavators, through the JCBs. The local people are helping. They are trying to get inside the debris and to pull out the bodies who are suspected to be trapped inside. And just a while ago, while we were getting information from the JJ hospital saying that 2 people have been declared dead by now and 7 people who were brought in were injured. But the numbers is continuously changing because the rescue operation is on. Just a few minutes away from this structure is the JJ hospital. That's where the bodies are being taken at this point of time. The authorities are responding, the locals are responding, but it's a narrow by-lane of Mumbai on both the sides. The lanes are quite narrow on both the sides. There are structures which are old, so this is not an easy operation for the fire brigade to carry out, because even their lives are in danger. Ankit, if a particular structure collapses and only a portion of it has collapsed, the other...
Mustafa reporting there from the spot. Let me also very quickly go across to my colleague Mayuresh, who is also making his way to the hospital, where he'll get us more details. Mayuresh, has there been any reaction from either the local cooperator, the BMC, the government of Maharashtra?
See, what we have given to understand by our sources within the mayor's office, that mayor will be reaching here soon. Mayor is taking the stock of the situation. He's continuously on the phone, and his office told us that there is a chance that more than 10 families must have trapped inside, but there is no confirmation which we are getting from the mayor's office or the BMC. Also, we need to see that during every monsoon, we have seen some of the other buildings collapse in Mumbai due to either they are old or they are not repaired. So whether this building was also given a notice or not, because BMC every time claims that they have given a 1,500 notice, 1,600 notice across the Mumbai to the building, and also BMC also complained that people are very reluctant to vacate the buildings because they don't want to go to some other shelter camp and leave their home, and that's why they still stay in such buildings. So we need to wait for the confirmation from the BMC, but yes, more than 10 to 15 fire brigade teams are here at the spot. And as Mustafa was pointing out, it was just JJ hospital is just in a 50 to 100 meters in a range. So that's why you can imagine that the medical aid which they are bringing is very quickly. But right now, the rescue operation is on, and there is no clarity about how many people are still trapped inside, because the priority of a BMC and fire brigade is to remove the people who are still trapped inside. So they are not concentrating on how many people are there. They are just doing their work right now.
Mayuresh, give us a sense of this area. The pictures that we are getting, it seems that it's a very congested area. Now, this building collapse would have affected some other buildings around it as well. What is the agencies doing about that now?
See, Ankit, if we talk about the area, this is the South Mumbai area, and South Mumbai is known for as a congested lane or a small, narrow lane. So every time, if you remember 2 years back also, when the similar incident happened in Kalba Devi, where fire brigade stopped, 2 officials lost their lives. That time also the problem was same, that to get there, to reach at the spot, it was very difficult because of the small lanes, traffic and congested lane. So here also is the same old story. These buildings are very old. It's more than 50-year-old building. That's what we have given to understand. And as you can see in the visuals also, this building collapse could have affected the other buildings also, which are nearby. And there is no proper distance, because these all are the old structures. And this building is near JJ Hospital. So JJ Hospital is on a very congested route.
It's a congested route, of course, but Mayuresh, we see this happening, these headlines being repeated year after year. 2 people have lost their lives in this building collapse, where the death toll may increase because there are many people there who are still trapped in the debris. In Vikhroli also, 2 people lost their life. There are people, those who have drowned in the manholes. Is there any accountability? Shiv Sena chief comes out and says, you stop the rains, we can't do anything as it is raining. But it just is a very sorry picture for a city that is known as the maximum city.
Ankit, you pointed out perfectly. Even yesterday, we raised many questions to BMC chief and Shiv Sena chief that they cannot just wash away their hands from saying that you stop the rain and we'll do it. You can see on one day when there is a heavy rain, Mumbai gets flooded. On another day, the building gets collapsed. So certainly, there has to be some accountability. Shiv Sena, BMC needs to answer that. But always they wash their hands or saying that we have served the notice to such buildings, but the people are very reluctant to vacate their houses. So that's the typical answer every time we get. So if this building also have got the notice from the BMC, I'm sure that the authorities will come on camera, come on record, and they will say that we have given the notice to this building, but these people were reluctant to vacate their houses, and that's why they risk their life.
Right. Could you give us a sense of the exercise before every monsoon, because a lot of infrastructure, a lot of buildings in Mumbai are in very bad condition. How does the BMC go about finding these buildings which are dilapidated and people have to leave? What's the process?
BMC has got the data of all the buildings, because without BMC's permission, it is hardly impossible to construct a building in Mumbai. So BMC has got the record of all the buildings before every monsoon, somewhere in between March to May. They conduct the exercise, they do a kind of a survey, and if they found that this building is not concrete, or this building is still dilapidated, in the state of a dilapidated, they strictly give a notice to that building, and after that they send another notice to the tenants who stay there to vacate their houses immediately. The standard procedure is that if after the second notice, if they do not vacate their house, then BMC has a full right that BMC can go with the police over there and made it compulsory to vacate their houses. Also, the people who vacate their houses, they have been given alternate accommodation, but that is somewhere in the suburban area. So this is a standard procedure which BMC follows. But many times BMC come up with the same answer, that people are reluctant to vacate their houses. We cannot do anything. Though we have given them 3 notices, but still, if people don't vacate their houses, how are we going to demolish that building, or how are we going to totally vacate that building? So that's the typical answer every time we have heard.
If you can tell us also, Mayuresh, very quickly, how many people are fear trapped? What's the latest on the rescue operation?
Certainly, the rescue operation is in full swing. Of more than 10 to 15 fire brigade teams are there. We have been given to understand that the NDRF team will be also reaching here to give assistance to fire brigade. So that's another update we have got. More than 12 to 13 families have been trapped inside. So somewhere around 40 to 45 people fear trapped inside. That's the information which we are getting from our BMC sources.
Okay. Just Mayuresh, the mayor, of course, is expected to reach this area. This seems to be a very congested area as well. If you could tell us who is the councillor of this area, and what are the people saying about this building collapse? Did they know that this building is in a precarious situation?
See, it is very difficult to get people right now to talk on this, but yes, people are saying that it was a 50 to 60-year-old building, and we just need to reconfirm it again whether it was in a dilapidated state or not. Shiv Sena's Arvind Sawant is an MP from this particular area, so we are just trying to get in touch with Arvind Sawant that what exactly the status, or what exactly was the status of this building.
We've seen that in most of these building collapse, there are people those who are booked, the owners. Who is the owner? And is the police already questioning them? What is happening as far as the investigation goes?
Now, again, right now the investigation will not take place, because with the priority of all the agencies, including the the fire brigade and police, is to evacuate the people who are fear trapped inside. So that's the priority. After that, the fire brigade will assess what exactly went wrong, as we have seen in other cases also, when there is a fire, that after the incident, fire brigade takes the stock of the situation. They see that what exactly went wrong. So here also, after the whole evacuation and rescue operation gets over, DNP, fire brigade and police will get into the act, and they will go to the root cause, what exactly went wrong, and then they will start their investigation, that who was the owner and why, whose fault was that, as we have seen similar thing in the Ghatkopar case.
All right, stay on with me. Let's very quickly take our viewers to this report filed by my colleague Virendra Gunawat.
After heavy rain in Mumbai, now the building has collapsed. A three-story building has been collapsed in the morning at 9 o'clock, and you can see a rescue operation going on. Fire brigade team has been arrived in a large number, 10 to 12 fire brigade vehicle with ambulance have been arrived. Till now, one person has been taken out on the stretcher in a badly condition, injured. He has been taken to the local hospital, JJ Hospital, which is nearby. This location is Muhammad Ali Road near JJ Flyover. The building name is Kachwala building, that has been being told by the local person here. This is the local person here. ये building कितनी पुरानी है सर?
50 साल पुरानी है।
कुछ नोटिस आया था खाली करने के लिए, कुछ
उसका आइडिया नहीं है।
इसमें कितनी फैमिली अंदर रह सकती है नॉर्मली?
तो 6 माले की बिल्डिंग थी, 5 माले की।
ये कितने माले की बिल्डिंग थी? 5
माले की बिल्डिंग।
और नीचे से दुकानें थी या फिर घर था?
कैटरिंग थी, कैटरिंग। वो खाना बनाते थे।
कहीं कुछ आपको लगता है कि गड़बड़ी कुछ होगी या फिर बारिश के कारण कभी कभी बिल्डिंग कमजोर पड़ जाती है?
नहीं वैसा, वो तो पहले से कमजोरी थी वो बिल्डिंग खाली, और 4-5 जन निकले हैं इसमें।
4-5 जन निकले हैं। So till now 4 to 5 people have been taken out, but you can see the condition of this building. It's a quite old, dilapidated building since being, and the person is saying it's last 50 years this building was being constructed. So definitely there could be a lot of questions after that. Rescue operation going on. Local people are here, arrived in large number to remove the trapped people inside. In fact, we have been told to even vacate this particular place where we are standing right now, because it is also a dangerous building. So now you can see the first visual where the building has been collapsed. And now the rescue operation is going on, and many people might be trapped inside. With camera person Sai Prasad Patil, Virendra Gunawat in Mumbai for India Today.
Virendra Gunawat filing that report there. Let me just see if Mayuresh is still with us. Mayuresh, if you can hear me, just tell us how long do the authorities think this entire operation, this rescue operation, is going to take?
Certainly, Ankit, it will take some time, at least till evening. It will go on, because as Virendra was pointing out, that this building is 50 to 60 years old. One may raise his eyebrows, saying that 50 to 60 years old building, how can it collapse? But we must understand that this is a very old construction, and the area where right now the rescue operation is happening is very narrow and congested area. Though the JJ Hospital is just bang opposite, it just need to cross the road and there is a JJ Hospital, but still, due to this small area, congested area, even the disaster management team and the fire brigade team is facing very difficulty to actually reach at the spot and find out where exactly people have trapped inside, because once the building collapses, all the structure comes down. It's a 3-story building, so you can imagine, and even if you could, if we can see the visuals also, that how much the debris are. So it is very difficult for fire brigade also to reach exactly where people have been trapped inside. So that's why the estimated time may go till night also if it rains in Mumbai, because the warning has been given of a rain, but still there is no rain. It's sunshine. Sun is shining in Mumbai. So if it rains, then it will certainly hamper the rescue operation. But right now, the priority of all the agencies, police, fire brigade, NDRF, to rescue the people, rescue the maximum people who are trapped inside.
Mayuresh, very quickly, if you can also tell us about about the latest on the rescue operation. How many people are injured? Those who are getting treatment in the JJ Hospital. How many have lost their lives, and how many are fear trapped?
We are getting information that at least two people have lost their life in this collapse in this mishap, and more than 5 people have been admitted in JJ Hospital. They are getting this treatment in JJ Hospital.
Right. Thank you so much, Mayuresh. We will let you go, and of course, Mayuresh is as of now trying to make his way to this spot, also to the JJ Hospital, to get us an update. The mayor is expected to visit this site at 9 a.m. This multi-story building collapsed. Not the first in Mumbai, but the accountability is still missing.